the button because I'm a little bitch. Oh, like I just did.
I can't do you guys.
It's okay, no one's watching at the moment.
It's a good thing.
Oh, we have TVs.
We got TVs.
2 views.
Oh, wow. We're really
Before we went
climbing the ladder.
Oh, yeah, here we go, guys, and welcome to the Deep Threats. It is March 8th, 2023, episode 19. We are back live and in action. We are going to talk about the offseason today, and we're going to get into the ridiculous franchise tag week we had prior to Wednesday.
Yes.
Because the deadline was at 4 p.m. yesterday. Also, I need to clarify something that we had.
Is it because today's Wednesday?
Yeah, today is Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I need to clarify something that we talked about last week really quick. We were talking about when the salary caps had to be cleared up, and we said it was as at the start of next year, the first game, and that is incorrect. All salary caps have to be figured out by March 15th at 4 p.m., which is the start of 2023 league year kickoff. Or not kickoff.
Season.
Yeah, the waiver season opens up. So that was to clarify that. So by the start of the new league year, that's when the salaries have to be figured out. So when people are going into the offseason and they're making all these cuts, these edits, and all this stuff, which is kind of crazy because free agency doesn't open until that point.
Well, so then what's the difference between post-June 1st and March 15th?
I'll read more into that.
I'm not trying to
100%
put you
sure
at the
why.
spot.
I'm
I've
not 100%
always
sure why.
been curious.
It doesn't
and I haven't
exist.
researched.
It's all a lie.
The
Right.
post-June 1st and pre-June 1st, I'm not 100% sure what that significance is of that date.
Right.
It's all fluid.
It is all fluid.
But yeah, I just wasn't sure if we knew yet.
I just
It's
wanted to
something
make sure that was clarified, though, because we were talking preseason and regular season, and all that was incorrect. So I wanted to double check it and make sure that I had it accurate. Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Scusi.
All right.
That being said, I'm going to let Johnny get into news today.
Got bones in the water.
Audio Jungle.
It whispered, but everyone can still hear it.
Hey, guys.
So the first thing is that Eric Kendricks will be released by the Vikings.
Bye-bye.
Won't miss you.
It's not. That's not. I mean, that's. They said will be, right? So it's not actually.
Well,
Start of the league year.
They said is released. I'm saying will be because, like KJ just said, the start of the
Yeah, that's what we were talking
of
about
the year.
before we went.
But it's not official.
Yeah, it's not.
Calvin Ridley has been reinstated by the NFL.
Now that's official.
Yes.
Is that official?
Panthers are planning to release linebacker Damian Wilson to save $3.6 million in cap space
At the start of the league year.
Who the hell is
at the
that?
start of the week.
I don't know, but he's not worth
You're gonna say it every
$3.6
time,
million
aren't
if we don't know his name, probably.
Not
Patriots standout cornerback Jonathan Jones will hit the free agent market when it opens.
Bye-bye.
You have Dalton Schultz also being placed or hitting free agent.
That man is
Will
going to be
hit.
cheap.
Okay.
Yes.
Cheap.
Yep.
No.
Why?
Because of the tight ends coming in this league.
Mm-hmm.
You have zero value at this point.
He's going to make, I think, about 8.5 to 9 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's where I have
That's
him.
cheap.
Yeah, for a tight end.
tight
Look how
end.
much
Yeah.
Franchise
Njoku
tag's
and
like
all the other
13
guys.
million for him.
Ingram's
got
getting 11 on the franchise tag, but I'll talk about that.
Well,
here
for
in a
him,
bit.
it's 13 million. For
Oh.
if Dalton
Oh.
Schultz would have gotten tagged because it would have been his second year,
Oh, yeah.
you get a 15
Oh.
or 20% increase from the
Bonus.
previous year.
Gotcha. Allen Robinson is given permission to seek a trade, and the Rams will help pay his $15 million salary to trade him.
Get.
That's
the
pretty much,
fuck
don't let the
off
door
the
hit you
team.
on the way out.
We
bud.
all
Right.
said they shouldn't have went for him.
No,
we all said that.
He's washed.
bad.
Yeah, he's-
Garbage.
Although you can pay me 15 at home.
Rams recently informed Leonard Floyd that he would either be traded or cut. The cut would only save $3 million in 2023, with $19 million in dead money. If he was released post June 1st, it would save $15.5 million, but they have to be under before the league year, March 15th. So the Rams are screwed.
Yeah, that's
Unless they somehow came to an agreement on
It's
terms,
liquid.
but it's
It's
not going to
liquid.
happen.
It's liquid.
Yeah.
That's liquid.
The Broncos are quietly shopping Cortland Sutton. If an offer is good enough, they are going to ship him. off, and if not, then they are going to keep him.
What do you guys think he's
what's he
worth?
Yeah, so what's he worth?
Second round max.
What?
He's not worth
No.
a first round pick.
I would say a second and like a fifth. I would
Okay.
say he's
I mean,
not
a
he's
fifth
not
is
worth
whatever.
two.
A fifth.
I think he's
guess.
worth a
It's,
hot dog.
I'll give him some deflated footballs. In
Miami
a third.
Dolphins have informed cornerback Byron Jones that he is going to be released on March 15th at the beginning of the new year.
I'll take him.
As a post-June cut, they are releasing him or designating to release him as post-June 1st, which I don't know how that makes sense if they're going to release him March 15th.
They have plenty of cap space.
Make it make sense.
But doing that will save them $13.6 million.
So you have to be under the cap by that date. It
By the
doesn't mean your
15th.
cap's finished off. So Miami's already got plenty of cap.
Do you remember how I
They're the-
said?
I think they're the second. I don't know.
So
they
do
have
you,
plenty of cap. I
do
think.
you guys remember how I said I don't like playing corners?
Right?
You see how a lot of these corners are getting released?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a coincidence?
I like
Kawinky
it.
dink?
They're 14 over. I like
Yeah.
it.
So this would put them like perfectly there, but I don't understand the post-June 1st, March 15th
Whatever.
stuff
It's
again, but-
like just like the running back.
yes.
Keep going.
Orlando Brown will not be tagged by the Kansas City Chiefs and will hit the market
He's going to Chicago.
when
Well,
he becomes a
that-
free agent on March
He
15th.
might not hit the market. They might actually sign him to a deal before the market starts.
No, they got till next Wednesday
Yeah.
Yes.
at 4 p.m.
Yeah, they just have to choose whether or not to tag him on last Tuesday. They could still sign guys all the way up until that
Who's
date.
quiet? Why is Ryan?
Which is
What's Ryan
stupid.
saying?
Was quiet. What does that mean? Not pay corners?
Because they don't
They're not worth
last.
the money. Yes.
Yeah, they're like running backs.
I don't know who he's saying because I never heard Wheels say that.
He did.
If
I
Wheels
did.
said
He
that,
100%
if Wheels
did.
said that, he's excommunicated from this. podcast.
Excommunicado.
How can you say that? There's actual. It's
It's
proven.
like the second
Look-
highest paid position on the defense.
Yeah, look how many get released
is
every single year.
That doesn't mean they're not paid.
They're not
No,
worth
they-
the contract.
They're
get
still
paid.
paid.
yeah.
Yeah,
they
you can
get
be
No
Okay.
quarterback's worth $100 million. They still get paid.
Extremely important
Lamar
position.
Jackson isn't worth it.
Shut up. Keep going, Johnny.
You have Baker Mayfield. The Rams would like to keep him, but the Bucks and 49ers are highly interested in him.
Could you imagine this dude going to fucking San
And
Fran? and
Schultz
balling?
report expects Baker to have
with-
have a number around 8 million.
Dude would be.
8 million. That's it.
Yes.
Really?
it? Oh my god.
Javonte Williams.
It's gonna be hard.
Matthew Berry is told that Javonte Williams has secretly been having a more difficult time recovering from his injury
I did see
than
this.
what the Broncos have let off.
What injury did he have again?
He tore his ACL, his MCL.
So all
and-
CLs.
Oh yeah, he messed up his leg.
Was it his
So-
PCL too?
Maybe. I think he partially tore his ACL.
Soft tissue injuries
PC.
are a pain to come back from just because there's so much. It's just
Matthew Berry was told that he might miss some games. He might come back. He might miss the whole year next year.
The
We don't
whole
know.
season.
Yes.
So, okay, continue.
With that being said, the Broncos are looking at Kareem Hunt. Also told to Matthew Berry.
That'd be such a good move.
Which, if that happens, then Javonte Williams' leg injury is a lot more severe
That's
than what everyone else.
Wow, that's a Kamara
How-
like
what-
kind of
what-
guy for.
Yes.
yeah. What cap space do
I
they
love
have
that
though
move.
for the Broncos?
Keep going.
Depends if Cortland Sutton is gone or not, too.
Denver has 10 million free.
Yeah.
Free.
Plenty of money.
Andrew Voorhees is expected to has planned or thought that he tore his ACL. There is no confirmation yet.
I was
That's
gonna
just
say
his
I didn't
thought.
think there was no
That's
confirmation.
so sad. The dude's a beast.
Yes.
Not no more.
And he still put up 38 reps on the bench with his ACL, which
You don't
that
need a knee to
doesn't-
bench.
No, but you still bend your knees in order to have a good position to bench.
Your knee bends. You just can't put pressure on.
Yeah, true. Tampa Bay is moving Tristan. Would like to move Tristan Wirfs to the left side due to releasing Donovan Smith.
Tampa Bay gets shittier every day.
So-
That's a very stupid move.
Good luck with that. I mean, there's a reason you're a right tackle, not a left in
Right.
college. He was a right tackle at Iowa too.
Well,
wasn't
like we talked about last week or the week before.
I thought he was left.
You know, you normally train left
yeah, that's
side or
big.
right side, and that's just what you're used to. David Montgomery has been is expected to have played his last game as a Bear.
Yeah, called that one about a year
Yes,
ago.
yeah, I think we all did, but you know the reports are just coming back in again. So
I know. I'm not attacking you,
I know.
bitch.
Bud Dupree released, and he found out on Twitter. or will be released.
Welcome to the club. I
Hey,
got released
hey, who called
yesterday,
that? Hey, who called that? Yeah, this guy.
Because he was supposed to make like what,
Too much
$13 million?
money.
Something ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you know what? The Titans. Oh man, they may not go tackle at 11. They might go defense.
Yes.
They need a lot.
He might go back to
They need quarterback. They need wide receiver. They're going to need a
But
running
Dupree, he
back.
might go
Oh,
back to
they're
Pittsburgh.
complete rebuild.
Yeah, there's rumors and talk that Bud Dupree is on his way back to Pittsburgh.
Fantastic.
Oh, geez.
That'd be so good.
Amazon Prime has announced that it will provide free access to its to coverage of the first ever Black Friday game this year. Shush it. Joe Mixon apparently shot at kids outside of his house that were playing Nerf Wars.
That is not true.
I said apparently.
No,
Not it's-
allegedly.
what- yeah. Same.
Allegedly.
Rumored. There's also another report that there was shots fired close to Mixon's mother's house a couple of streets
This dude
down.
just loves guns.
If it's anything like my apartment complex,
Brandishing them.
Just like
shooting 'em.
people are just
John
making phone
Morant.
calls to make phone calls.
Oh, geez, Ryan. Anyways, Aaron Rodgers with his talks with the Jets that the owner of the Jets flew out to California. The owner of the Jets also is the owner of Johnson & Johnson, and everyone knows publicly that Rodgers is not a fan of Big
He's
Pharma.
gonna vaccinate him right there on the
So-
spot,
Why
right
is
under
this
the
news?
seat.
This is not news.
Right
This
in
is
the
not
ass.
news.
That's funny news, though.
That's
Oh,
not
new
news.
reports out
He's been
today.
immunized.
What's the new report, Ryan,
Not news.
about Rodgers?
Is it official?
This is something Bo would say.
Jesse Bates is interested playing with Deshaun Watson.
I did see that.
If he hits the
doesn't
market.
play with him. He plays against him.
Never say never.
He's going to be a free agent on March 15th.
Two
Steven.
different sides of the ball. That's why that comment's goofy. Yes,
You're
good.
goofy.
Great.
But-
I want him to come to Cleveland. However,
It was also by your favorite person, Mary Kay Cabot. So
oh, she's a dumb bitch.
Browns have tendered corner Thomas Graham and defensive tackle Ben Still.
Don't know who those guys are.
Don't
No,
know.
move forward.
Don't move forward.
Oh, he had nothing to do with. Okay,
What is that? Like a dick pic? What the hell? Is
I
that?
already went through that one. Lorenzo Carter has agreed to a 2-year contract worth $9 million with the Atlanta Falcons to stay for 2 more years. And the last two things are going to be the franchise tags with Lamar, Saquon, Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs, Evan Ingram, and Darren Payne.
Broken leg.
Sure, it's not the
10 million.
Darren Payne.
I thought.
De'Aaron.
Darren.
I thought it was Duran.
Run.
I thought there was an apostrophe after that A.
I have not seen anything with
You
an apostrophe.
bigot.
You're good. You're
you bigot.
And the last one is the biggest thing that we'll talk about is going to be the 3 big contracts for the quarterbacks.
Man.
With Derek Carr not being finalized yet, but everything is going around about it.
Look at all that money that Lamar didn't get.
The good thing about that is it actually those contracts make sense because the youngest quarterback got paid slightly more than the better quarterback because of age.
It's Duran.
Duran.
That's.
Aaron and Duran.
De'Aaron.
So you're saying that Danny Dimes got paid more because he's.
It's because
younger.
he's 5 years younger.
5?
6 years younger.
Then
Yeah, he's 6 years
Carr's
younger.
gonna be
than Derek
30.
Carr.
I think
Derek
5.
Carr's-
Rodgers has been in the league for 9 years.
Shut up!
Jesus
Derek Carr
Christ.
is 31. Daniel Jones is 25.
Derek Carr's 31.
He'll be 32 before the start of the season.
Ah, it's not great, dude.
No. So that is all that I have for news today.
You know who didn't know that? Me.
This guy.
This guy.
This guy.
Yeah, so that's why Daniel Jones made a little bit more than him. And I was thinking about that the other day when I said that Daniel Jones didn't deserve more than him. Technically, because of age, he's a little more valuable. That being said, let's jump on the quarterback bandwagon that's been going on all week in the news.
What bandwagon? Who we
All of the
bandwagoning?
bandwagon.
No.
How do you? We'll start with the first contract that was signed. How do you feel about Derek Carr in his position, and what do you think this bodes for that division, Steve?
I think that makes them the front runner. I think that makes them. I don't want to say an offensive powerhouse because that's a little aggressive, but with their year over year solid defense, they seem. I mean, Andy Dalton was slinging straight rocks in this offense, so I think that next year you have to expect a higher production offensively. Have to, right? That's why you went and you got your guy. You went and got this dude. So you have to expect a better offense, even with an okay average offense last year. You're expecting good to great. You're expecting your defense to show up. I mean, they should on paper run away with this division.
I think that's the reason he went there. I think that's a
Younger
very big
receivers.
reason. Yeah, you got Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, you got Alvin Kamara.
Michael Thomas. So you know what? I hate the Michael Thomas talk because I love the guy, and he's not shown up, or he's almost. You can say he's opted out. You guess he has injuries, but he's definitely not given a shit the last 2 years.
He's definitely opted.
No, he's definitely cares now.
He's pulled an OBJ.
He didn't like Jameis.
He didn't like
Yeah.
Jameis.
No. You have that wrong. He played with Jameis. When Jameis went out,
yeah.
that's when Michael Thomas
Oh,
went
I'm
out.
sorry.
Yes.
So you didn't like Dalton.
I don't know if he didn't like Dalton. I just felt that he thought the team was out of it. So I think he thinks when that happens, he's out of it. Why
Yeah, but is that a
risk
guy
injury?
you want in your locker room?
No.
Is that a guy you want on your team?
I know.
That's not JT Barrett.
Guess what? If you're not there for the worst, I don't want you there for the best.
Well, yeah, I
Get
mean,
on out.
it's
But
the
they're not. He's
AB
not
talk.
leaving.
It's-
They're not going to give up on him. This is pretty much just about Carr.
Yeah, he's going to write it out.
I think there's a reason he went to a dome and he went to the Saints. I think he's more comfortable in a dome.
I mean, he played in the
and you're
dome.
going to a division where there is no number one.
I think he went to the division that he thinks he can win because the Jets division would have been a very hard division.
That would have been fun division to watch, though.
It would have been.
Hard for who? What, for Derek Carr?
I think everybody
Yeah,
in that
to win.
division.
With that defense and those offensive weapons? I don't think so.
Well, you still have Buffalo.
Mac
Okay.
Jones.
Buffalo's
who was the
retooling
front
their
runner.
defense. Their defense is gone.
Well, retooling is a whole nother story because they've still put up a good defense almost year in and year out.
I mean, we'll see what Leslie Frazier does.
I'm more worried about Miami.
Wait, no. Leslie Frazier said he's taking a year off, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Guess what? No, I'm sorry. It's we talked about this.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
we already kind of went
No.
over this. No, I think it's a good move for both sides, Derek Carr
You
and the
see
Saints.
Ryan.
Yeah. Kyle
There's
Trask.
another quarterback, Kyle Trask.
Stop it.
Okay. Yeah, Kyle Trask.
He loves this Kyle Trask thing.
Wait, you actually like Kyle Trask?
He loves Kyle Trask.
Why? What?
That's not me to
I guess you can consider him maybe the second or third best quarterback in that division, but he ain't better than Carr.
You talking about Kyle Trask?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sam Darnold's probably better.
Oh shit!
Sam Darnold sees ghosts.
Sam Darnold is about to be a ghost. He keeps taking those hits.
I don't know if he starts next year.
Sam Darnold? Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens in the offseason.
Oh, so you're saying it's
So,
gonna be Carr,
what was-
Ritter, and then who?
What was that second contract? Was it the Geno contract?
No, a second contract signed, I think. Yes, it was a Geno contract before the Daniel Jones contract.
How are we feeling about that one?
3 years, $105 million?
I don't know.
What
I
is
can't
that?
see the chat.
That's
So
33 a year, roughly.
Go watch his film.
I don't hate it because
34 a year? 35 a year?
So-
35 a year.
Somewhere.
It's 35 a year.
judging by the quarterbacks that are coming out, you can essentially still draft the quarterback if you want. And the quarterbacks that are in free agency,
I'm not gonna watch.
you're going to have to pay them just about the same amount of money if you want to be competitive. But I think there's a reason why they stuck with Geno is because he knows the system. He works well with Pete Carroll. They don't have to bring in a quarterback to relearn the entire offense. So they're just rolling the dice again and just let's see what happens.
You know what's funny is statistically, I like all these guys. I think all these guys had a very good year last year outside of one. And that's just because Derek Carr's defense was trash.
Yeah.
But
He put them in very bad positions.
Their defense was no good. And Darren Waller's been a bust. But
100%.
it's just,
It's hard to argue.
I think it's funny because Geno gets 35, Derek Carr gets 37.5, and Daniel Jones gets 40.
It's ticking up.
Yeah.
And well, Daniel Jones is also the youngest.
Well,
Geno's the oldest.
so
Geno's
Derek
about
Carr's in the
35.
middle.
with
Geno's
incentive,
32. He's a
with-
year older than he'd be 33 at league year start.
with incentives, I think Daniel Jones can average 48 or 49 a year, or get up to 48 or 49.
Totally worth it.
I
Every dollar.
I took 160 and divided it by
Oh,
4.
look at all that
I
money
know.
that
That's
Lamar's not
I'm
getting.
just saying there was
There's an
incentives
additional 35
Mm.
million in incentives in his
Yes.
contract. Correct.
Come here, Ryan. Come here, Ryan. I'm fishing for you.
Oh, I know. I feel like a little baby-faced kid right now. It's ridiculous. Thanks, Ryan.
What?
He goes, you got to warn people when you shave your face.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
look like a totally different person on the camera.
But
Do you really? I haven't even actually looked at it. Hold on.
It's pretty bad.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, that's gross.
I know, and it feels
Did you tell
right.
your
And I
wife
think it's the
before you-
lighting in here.
Did you tell your wife before she allow you to go live like this? Oh my god, you're a different person.
My wife doesn't make decisions. You know this.
So,
So we kind of all feel that Gino's just, it's good enough,
I don't
right?
know.
He's good enough
I
to.
think,
is
I
he
think
gonna
Gino
even-
got paid very good money for a
Is he going to
backup
be a
quarterback.
viable option after this year? I don't think so.
So my issue with signing some of these guys is,
looking like he
let me
can't.
ask you guys a question.
That's
Do you
funny.
think Derek Carr?
Touche.
Do you
It's
think
true.
Derek Carr is good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think Gino's good enough to win a Super Bowl?
No.
No.
Do you think Danny Dimes is good enough to win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Tweener.
Yes.
He
I
needs,
think he needs a
so-
team.
he
I think
needs
he
a
needs
lot of help
team.
on defense.
Why would you sign a guy if you know he's not taking you to the Super Bowl?
So I
'Cause that's the ultimate goal.
I told you I
Bridge.
feel Daniel Jones to
You're
me.
not paying a bridge quarterback that money.
No, that's
Are
what I
you
was about to
talking
say.
Gino or Danny Dimes?
Everybody. I'm
You're not
talking to
doing it.
everybody.
Well, Derek Carr's a bridge quarterback.
Yeah, which I understand paying him because he can keep you competitive for.
You said Derek Carr's a bridge quarterback?
Yeah, Derek Carr is 100% a bridge quarterback for the Saints because if they win or not, now Derek Carr, like he said,
You don't pay a
can-
bridge quarterback 4 years.
but Derek Carr can keep you competitive for the next 4 years
Yes.
while you find a guy in the
To
second
fill
or
the
third
void.
to fill the void and sit behind him.
How? No.
They're pretty much doing what the Seahawks are doing,
Here's
but
the thing: what
they're
are you
do- they're doing
paying
their.
Dalton and Winston?
What do you
What were
mean?
you paying them? $40 million last year between the two.
Not even.
You can go get a rookie in the second or third round, have him sit there.
That's
and if-
different. That's not Derek Carr. Derek Carr's better than both of them.
No, but I'm just saying he's a bridge for the next 5 years. Like 4 years,
That's
technically.
That's not what a bridge quarterback is.
Yeah, 100% is what a bridge
That's
quarterback.
not-
He's to get you through
A
the
bridge
next couple
quarterback
years.
is
He's a highly
Ryan
compe-
Fitzpatrick.
No, he's a highly.
Teddy Bridgewater.
No.
Yes.
So he's a highly competitive bridge
Jacoby
quarterback.
Brissett,
That's what.
bridge quarterback.
No, Jacoby isn't a bridge. Jacoby's.
You do realize Ryan Fitzpatrick was a backup on every team he went on. The starter failed to perform, and Fitz ended up performing in front of them.
Every team he went to,
Except for Washington.
he went to as a starter.
No,
Yes.
Miami was not a starter.
Who was?
No.
Oh, it was
Tua.
Tannehill. That's right.
No, it was Tannehill. No, it was Tua.
Was it not?
No, it was Tua.
I thought
It was
there.
Tua.
I thought
It was
there
Tua.
It was Tua.
Because they
rookie
sat him
year.
for Tua.
Yeah.
You,
They
was
sat
Tua his rookie year.
you know what?
Fitzy.
You know what? That's fair.
Hold on.
That's fair. I thought.
KJ,
I
how
thought
much
different.
how much do you think the Saints paid Jameis and Dalton
You
combined?
said 40.
I said around 40 combined.
It was way less.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Way less.
it's not even 20 million.
But
Well,
still,
good. That's
you're
what I'm
getting
saying.
better play with Carr.
Yeah, you're getting better play with
For
Carr.
what? 15 million
And
more?
you can go like this isn't the guy you're going to draft, but you can go get a guy like Stetson. He's 25. That's why you're not going to draft him. But you could go get a guy.
Hendon Hooker,
In the,
second.
They're not going to take Hendon Hooker plays differently. They're going to take. I'm
I'm not. I'm
They're gonna
saying
take
what
a type
you're
of
saying. You
pocket
can take a guy who's a project that you can develop later
Correct.
on.
Correct. And Derek Carr, I think, good enough to teach a guy.
Jake Hayner.
Shut up.
Tyson Bagent.
I don't know. I'm not.
All right, so
I'm not. Look,
let's move on to Danny Dimes.
looks
and
like a
what-
thumb.
I don't think he's good enough to win a Super Bowl. KJ, you're between. What about you, Steve?
Danny Dimes needs a defense.
He
He needs a lot. He
he
needs a
had-
wide receiver. He
had
needs at least a
top
number
10
one.
defense. I
He
think?
needs a
Top
better
12 defense?
Yeah, well,
This year?
yes, but
That
he
was
also.
not-
The Giants.
It was
yeah,
not
no,
top 12.
No,
No,
they,
Steven said that they need a defense.
If-
they had a top 12 defense,
If
last
they
year.
had a top 12 defense and they didn't win it, they just wasted a bunch of money. That's my opinion. If you had a top defense and you couldn't do it,
who did they lose to?
the Giants?
Yeah.
the Niners, wasn't it?
Well, it was the Eagles.
No,
too,
it wasn't
so-
the Niners.
Where was the Eagles?
It's
Yeah.
the Eagles. They lost
They
to the
smoked
team that
them.
went to the Super Bowl.
They smoked them.
I mean, they beat
But
the
you-
Vikings, which
I
we all
think-
called. Which we all called.
I think
Which does, I don't know. I don't think that carries a whole
he
bunch
needs
of weight.
he needs some more offensive weapons.
You can make the argument they put up the
You know
points
what's funny?
offensively.
That team just is like a monkey or a barrel full of monkeys.
They
They
just-
just throw a whole bunch of shit in there, hoping it comes out all attached.
Man, you remember playing with those as a kid? Actual ball games.
playing with what is it?
barrel of monkeys?
full of monkeys.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
I was going to talk about
But,
reminiscing.
Talk about
Man.
Toy
but
Story.
seriously, like none of them, all the players are the same. Like there's nobody's that stand out since Odell left.
They're all
And I'm
like-
not an Odell fan, but Odell
they're all-
was a standout wide receiver.
They're all like C+ wide receivers.
Saquon being injured for 2 years, this is Saquon's best year, and they've got that. He's
Second
franchise
best year.
tag.
I do like that franchise tag
No,
because
it's
it's
his most
cheap.
rushing yards.
10.9 million.
Most
That's
rushing yards.
not
He didn't have
bad.
93 catches this year.
So
I mean,
this is last season as to the Giants. So
He's pulling up their ranking. The
Yeah.
Giants
Oh,
ranking
see,
on
for defense.
Screen share.
They were ranked
Effective.
22nd per Fox Sports. It was the first thing I could pull up, so that
No, I was saying this is effective. This is good.
No, he's making fun of me.
I'm
Don't
making
worry.
fun of you.
I'm gonna punch him in the jejunum.
Oh, man.
all right, Will Smith
I'm
Will Ferrell.
What the hell was the name? Was it Bobby Moon?
Yeah, or Bobby Moon, Bobby Light.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
Bobby Moon, I think.
Jackie Moon.
Jackie
Moon. Oh yeah, from Semi-Pro.
Yeah.
First time I watched that movie, I was smoking.
Ryan will get that
Taco
reference in a
Bell.
heartbeat.
I love that. It's a good movie.
So first, preseason obviously was Patriots, Bengals, Jets. Regular season was Titans,
Horrible.
Oh.
yeah, Carolina,
Horrible.
Oh Jesus.
Dallas, da Bears, da Packers, the Ravens, Jags, Seahawks.
Can you just tell me where the Giants are ranked?
I said they were 22nd
Oh,
per
defensively?
Fox Sports.
All right, so can we move forward?
No, it's
They need defense and they need a wide receiver.
They struggled on defense.
Yes, which I did not realize.
You
that.
are correct, Steve.
how about that? Me being right. Just kidding.
Whatever. Eh.
If you get a better
But-
defense,
It's Johnny's first day.
Yeah, apparently.
if you get a better defense, I think that he can at least be a game manager at worst. I
guess-
think
yes.
he is a step above that personally.
Like I said, he's Eli.
He is not
He is
Eli
not.
though.
I think he's Eli.
He is.
Those are huge shoes to fill.
I-
Two-time
I-
Super Bowl.
I usually agree with you.
Only against the Patriots.
That
and he-
take in itself makes
I know
me want
one of them.
to
David
mushroom
Tyree's
stamp your
helmet
face.
catch.
We're gonna get a. We wrestling.
Are we
today?
gonna have sex tonight? I don't know. What are we doing?
Holy cow!
Jesus.
Is that your hand in my?
All right,
No.
We want to
so-
get into the
wiener.
meme first.
let's jump off. Well, yeah, go ahead. Get into the meme ball because we'll get into the crazy shit right
Eli
after.
That-
Manning?
because that will tie.
Feelings are gonna be hurt here soon.
So,
This
first
shit's
side,
hilarious,
first one
by
on the
way.
left is cycle of Eli Apple.
Oh no.
Versus he gets carried by his teammates, talks trash on Twitter, gets embarrassed
John says
in a
shit.
playoff game,
Let's talk shit.
and then he goes into hiding until next year.
That's what every player does.
That
He's
is-
burnt
Right.
toast.
And then we have the
is burnt.
building of the perfect
This one's
quarterback.
hilarious.
Oh no.
So the perfect quarterback is Brock Purdy.
okay.
What?
Brock Purdy's intelligence, Brock Purdy's vision, Brock Purdy's heart, Brock Purdy's arm, his accuracy, his enormous manhood, his mobility,
minute.
and his speed.
Is that confirmed?
Including his elbow.
They didn't put down his Achilles elbow,
Yes.
I said arm.
but they didn't put down his Achilles elbow.
This
Once
I-
you hit his elbow, he's done for the game.
He had to have oh God.
His PCL.
This I had.
What is it called?
His weenus.
It was
UCL.
His
UCL.
weenus is gone.
I've held on to this since before that game, and I was waiting for the perfect time, and we're talking quarterbacks.
That's hilarious.
So,
all right,
Some
might as well-
quarterbacks, some running back.
Speaking of quarterbacks, let's
call him
talk.
the
Let's
perfect
talk
quarterback.
about the redheaded stepchild who's not a redhead, but always shows his eyes out of the dark every 5 months.
Oh what?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh Jesus. Oh man.
Let's talk about this guy. Where's he going? What's going on? We don't know, right? So we know nothing. We know that the Jets have met with
I
him.
mean, technically, he's still under contract with the Packers. So.
Yes.
So
What's the league start?
what do you think he's worth to trade for?
So I was talking about this earlier today. My issue.
Oh yeah,
with
that's right.
trading.
Let's do that, John.
My issue
So he's signed through this year. He has a
Yeah.
potential out next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
correct.
you
correct.
have
Right.
you have for sure
But
1
guys,
year
Right.
Guys, Green Bay said they would accommodate whatever Rodgers wants.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of bitches.
because they want him to be gone.
No, they
He
want him
wants
gone.
them to draft a wide receiver.
Did you
in
hear?
the
Did you?
first.
So I saw
But
this
they
somewhere,
did. Yeah,
and I
did see-
giggled
You know,
really hard.
I hope
And it said that Jordan Love is
Where did
is
you
ready
see?
to be a starter.
Where did you see that they want him to draft a wide? Where he wants them to draft a wide receiver?
I didn't. No, I'm just saying.
Don't talk out your ass.
I hope
I'm
they-
just saying. He's been saying this since they drafted
He has
Jordan.
never
That they.
said that
that-
they wanted him to draft a wide receiver. He just-
No,
he
ever-
has said that
ever
he needs help.
since
He has
the
said that.
media.
Ever since they traded up for Jordan Love, that draft, he wanted a wide receiver in
So
the
he's
first,
going to Vegas.
No, I said fake
and
news.
has been wanting that.
I ho-
Secretly.
I
He hasn't
never
publicly
made-
said
okay,
it.
There you
John,
go. Good
John,
words. Good
John.
I'm
words.
just saying.
John,
Wrong. You're
It's
wrong.
It's
you are
mentally.
fake news. Wrong.
Everyone knows that he's been wanting a wide receiver in the first. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to publicize it or
Not
literally say it out of his mouth.
Why isn't he?
Well,
one
then it's
in the
not
first one?
real.
He got Christian Watson.
He got Watson, and he was still adamant on not trusting rookies until he was forced to.
I didn't get to watch that kid from Princeton yet, but apparently he's comped to Watson, and I think that is just absolutely crazy.
Who?
We'll talk about it on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Apologize about that. We were supposed to talk about wide receivers today, but we
lied to you.
adjusted that because we have a guest on Sunday.
Yeah, Ryan, where are you? Get back in chat.
I don't think he's watching.
I don't want Ryan in chat because we're just going to
he's not watching
here in
right
about
now.
30 seconds. But
he's going to be very upset.
But back to the Rodgers talk.
Yeah, so back to Rodgers.
One first.
So his worth, I don't think you can give 2 firsts with the risk of retirement.
Exactly. He's worth 1 first. That's what I said like 2 months ago. I got an argument with Ryan about it. He's worth 1 first.
And you know what's funny is Bo had a great conversation about this early on. He's like, I would never give up 2 firsts for Aaron Rodgers.
I wouldn't either.
No, that's right.
You get 1 year. You get
Bo
1
hates him,
for
though.
sure year is set in stone.
Aaron Rodgers has been smoking his
It's not set in stone. He literally could get traded, go to a team, hate the coach, and go on retiring.
Yeah.
Was
not set in stone.
Was Brady a free agent when he left New England, or
Yes, he was.
Okay,
He was a free agent because he signed.
I couldn't remember.
Do you think that Aaron? John? You know what? Since you're the resident Packers fan, I'm going to ask you. How many years do you think Aaron Rodgers has left if he really, really wants to play and decides he wants to play?
If he was all in,
that's a loaded question.
Well,
it is, right? There's a lot there, but if there's only one person to answer.
So here's the first thing: if he was all in, he would have made a decision after his retreat.
I think he's already made a choice.
I think he's already made the decision.
I agree.
He's
I think
it like he does every year.
I was right. I think
years,
that he already knew.
All press is good press.
That's right.
I think he already knew when he came out, but again, with the league and social media making him the villain, I think he's purposely done that. I think he's purposely done this, but I think that realistically, he has 2 years.
Bold prediction.
2 more
He
years.
likes being.
Hold on.
Garrett Wilson, number 1 wide receiver next year.
At the same time, if
Rodgers,
he has a Brady like year this year, like he did last year, where there's no chance of playoffs and whatnot, he's going to retire.
No.
Like mid-season, do you think he's just
no, not mid-season.
He's just going to give up $60 million.
Right.
He's going to pull an AB, just start taking his shit off on the sideline.
I don't think that.
Come on, guys.
He would not retire mid-year. But I'm saying if there's
Mid-game.
no chance of playoffs, they play Jordan Love, and that Rodgers will walk off into the sunset with the Milwaukee Bucks owner's daughter and live a happy life.
And so this brings me back to my question I asked
and
earlier.
13 years younger than him.
Do you
too.
think the Jets trading for Aaron Rodgers and within that first year can they win a Super Bowl?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So you're betting on that. That's what you're betting
went to the
on.
Super Bowl his first year in Denver. He didn't win it, but he went.
So offensively, I like the Jets more.
I do too, 100%. There's no question.
Literally everything except the quarterback is what they need.
Rodgers goes there, they win the division.
The difference between Peyton
easily.
going to Denver is you had Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, Wes Welker, no Sean Moreno.
No Sean Moreno was not a factor.
No, he was in the
Von
playoffs.
Miller.
And then who was the other running back? Who was the other running back?
No, it wasn't.
There was a dude that went to Houston.
No, not.
It was a dude that went to Houston.
Who went to Houston?
No, it's.
The dude that just went to Houston. Well, not just.
What, Rex Burkhead?
No. There's like 9 guys that are like 40 in Houston. Relax. But like that team was stout.
Don't be just shut up, Jimmy.
They won in
was a stupid
2013 or
good team.
2016?
2016.
But they had Moreno and one other person.
But going back to Rodgers.
Wait, wasn't it Fumblerooski?
It wasn't Melvin Gordon, no.
No, it wasn't Melvin.
He got drafted
after.
C.J. Anderson.
There it is.
That was actually the starter
See
for
Jimmy
the
too.
season.
Look at him.
Well, in the playoffs, Moreno actually had a good playoffs.
Correct.
And
Devonta Booker.
So I think this team is also just as good because when you talk about Garrett Wilson, you talk about Breece Hall, and you talk about
Elijah
Mike
Moore.
Davis, you talk about Elijah Moore.
You're wrong.
And then you talk about
You're wrong. They're better.
They have Conklin, right?
Tyler Conklin.
Yeah. Who just also restructured his contract.
Yeah, that team's legit.
No, I'm not.
You're wrong.
Not
The
saying
Jets,
anything.
the Jets team overall, I think, is better than the Packers right now.
Well, that's your fucking opinion.
I mean, that's
Defensively, they are
not
better.
wrong.
Minus Jair Alexander.
You're just saying defensively they're better than Denver's Super Bowl team?
No.
Rodgers.
I'm saying the Packers team right now is worse than the Jets.
He was talking about Denver.
Okay. I'm just saying the Packers are worse
100%
of a team overall
the
right
Packers
now
are worse than the Jets.
than the Jets. Right.
I wouldn't even argue that.
No,
They're not even the best team in their
Brees
division.
Hall was going to
I am a Packers fan admitting this.
Brees Hall would have won Rookie of the Year if he didn't get injured.
that's true.
Like,
Yes.
And you still have Michael Carter.
Yep.
Michael Carter, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson,
That
Tyler
team's built to
Conklin,
win.
Listen.
Team's
Think
built
about
to
that. The
Corey
Jets
Davis.
had 3 rookies on that team
and they
that
Yes.
hyper produced.
and they all pop.
between Sauce, between Garrett Wilson,
They're gonna have
and
a rough,
Brees.
They're gonna have a rough
That's
sophomore slump.
stupid.
Zach produced.
So,
Shit.
Thank you,
Come
dude.
on.
That was, you know what? That's the biggest. Zach and Trey Lance is like the biggest flopped draft.
I
laughed when the Niners took Trey Lance. The
When
dude
they-
played like 3 games.
and I like Shanahan, but buddy, that is such
That's,
a big miss.
that pick's getting him fired. They gave up 3 first-round picks for the guy, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Jimmy, I love you.
For who?
Trey Lance. They gave up 3 firsts.
Let me see if
Well, I guess I
think it was 2
oh,
first.
Yeah, because they
I was
swapped,
saying,
I
I think.
think.
Yeah.
So technically 2 with the swap, I think. But still, essentially, that's
Trey
still a lot.
They started the controversy we're going to talk about now.
Oh, okay. They started it? Who started it?
Did Deshaun Watson
Oh, Jesus.
ruin Lamar? And is the NFL colluding to not pay Lamar Jackson?
I'm tired of hearing about this. No, it's not.
I
because
have not heard this argument. What did you just say? Why? How could Deshaun Watson ruin Lamar?
So the argument that Deshaun Watson ruined Lamar is because he got the guaranteed money. Now Lamar's looking for what Deshaun Watson got, and no owner wants to pay it.
You know why no owner wants to pay him?
That makes sense to me.
Okay, let me bring this from 2 perspectives.
He's saying the whole QB market.
Let me bring this from 2 perspectives. Okay.
Which, that can't be true. Not with Derek Carr.
Well, before you get into it,
And Daniel
for the
Jones.
Trey Lance pick, it was their 2021, 2022, and 2023 first-round picks, along with a 2022 compensatory 3rd round, which was their 102 overall.
All right. So
For Trey
bad.
Lance.
let me bring this from a player's perspective, right?
Okay.
So, okay, actually, let me take this way back. Let me give you a reference that would make sense in all eyes. The first, and this is going to be racial just because it proves a point. It's just, listen, the first black person that sat on the front seat in the bus took most of the heat, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then the second person went, they took heat.
Yeah.
But the third person, it now starts to normalize, right?
Okay.
So when you got a guy like Deshaun Watson, who got a fully guaranteed contract, and maybe this wasn't the thought process, or maybe he was fighting for the players. Maybe he felt he deserved fully guaranteed money.
I mean,
And maybe Lamar's like, you know what? Deshaun stuck it out. He didn't play for a year, and then he got guaranteed money.
maybe he was just really doing it.
Deshaun got
the
a fully
size therapist.
guaranteed contract because the Browns were so desperate, like, oh God, we got to do
But
something.
maybe it's a player's move in the right direction to guarantee their contracts.
It could be. He took advantage of it, but my thing is, so what do you think Lamar's worth? What do you-
Based on the contracts that were just signed for Daniel Jones, I think Lamar Jackson's worth $45 million.
Okay, so you think he's worth $45 million plus 2 first-round picks? Because that's what a team's going to have to give up to get
this
him
is-
from the Ravens.
This is the second point. This is
Because
why
of the
this is why
non-exclusive.
no team wants to talk to him, because they feel they're doing the bidding for the Ravens.
That's Lamar's
Because
fault.
they know the Ravens are just going to match whatever
actually-
the team bids.
That's Lamar's fault. Guess what? You bet on yourself and you fucked yourself. I'm sorry, but that's not racist. That's not
Your wife's gonna
collusion.
yell at
No,
you.
I wasn't-
She's
I-
gonna yell at you.
I personally don't think it's racist because the highest paid quarterback
Why
in
is
the
it
NFL
racist?
is black.
No,
Wait, why is that racist?
People are
The top
trying.
2 paid
People are trying to make it
quarterbacks.
racist because of the collusion.
Wait, no. This is
collusion against the
Ra-
players.
not
Hold on,
racist,
Yes.
Hold on, hold on,
Yes.
hold
So this
on.
is collusion against the players as a whole.
on.
Is the
They
argument.
actually,
But who's
who
at the
brought
head
race
of
into
it?
this?
Lamar
That's
Jackson.
really what the people,
RG3.
RG3.
And, every essentially black talk host says it's
I
racist.
genuinely
Shannon
have
Sharp
not,
didn't, though.
have not heard that it's a race thing. And to me, that is just such a retarded take.
It
The
is.
problem is
Nobody can deny that.
It's
I'm
lazy.
sorry, I didn't mean to. I'll cut you off.
It's
No, you're good.
as lazy as saying somebody's trash.
yeah.
and,
So
not have anything to back it up. Yes.
My-
Go ahead.
my problem is so you think Lamar's worth $45 million,
Lamar's trash.
and no team's paying that plus giving up 2 firsts because
That's too much.
you miss at least 5 games a year. Last 2 years you missed the end of the season plus playoffs.
That's
Where
right,
does
Ryan.
that matter?
That's right,
You
Ryan.
missed at the most important time for your team, and you couldn't play in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
And then you
I
had,
agree.
and then you had
And
teammates
Lamar
trying to
bet on
back for
himself
you.
and lost, and now he's saying, but this is this and this. Guess what? You lost. Go back to the Ravens with a tail between your legs and take the $32 million like a man, because you don't have a market.
Ooh, 32.
You don't have a
So he's
market.
getting paid less than
Well,
Geno?
34, whatever the non-exclusive freaking tag is.
Oh, yeah,
know what's-
32 and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
the
so-
Ravens were geniuses to do this because I didn't realize they get 2 firsts if a team.
I told you guys this weeks ago.
Yeah, I
didn't-
completely forgot they
and
get 2
I forgot
firsts.
you had said I forgot it was 2-1.
Yeah, no
That's-
team's paying him 45+ million and 2 firsts to come to. That's why teams aren't interested,
So
because
the
they're giving up
rumor
so
is-
much.
The rumor is that if the Jets don't get Aaron Rodgers, that they might pursue Lamar.
I honestly, I think that hurts him.
Wait, what'd you say?
Lamar is not.
If,
I'm not taking-
if the Rodgers
like
doesn't
that.
go to the Jets, they're going to pursue.
I'll take Zach Wilson. And that's not. I'm not paying a guy that much money plus 2 first-round picks.
Man, I love
wow.
football.
You're
That's
giving
that's
up
what they're saying.
way too
Man,
much.
Man, I love.
You're
football.
giving up 2 years
know,
of your future for a
that's a
guy who misses 5 games the last 2
That's
years.
a shirt
But-
I
but
really
here's
should
the
make,
thing.
guys. I'm sorry. I got to make that shirt.
I'll
he-
take Zach Wilson over Lamar.
No.
No, man, I love
man,
football.
Man, I love football.
Oh,
Man.
But here's the thing though with that is that
you just got to find
look,
the look of like.
when Lamar is
Zach
healthy,
Wilson.
he would
I
be
gotta
better
find
than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, but the problem is he's
And-
never healthy at the end of the year.
But you have a lot of first year,
Not
second year
never.
now
Not-
guys.
you can't say never.
or
It's just
younger,
the last 2 years.
younger people on that
Half his year, half
on
his
that
career.
team entirely that you
But you
would just
can't
be
say
okay
never.
wasting at least 1 year with Zach Wilson.
So I'm,
Unless they don't get someone else.
It's
in
not just with Zach Wilson. It's
I'm-
with that stellar defense. It's with that stellar receiving core.
I
It's
said
with
as
all
a
of
team.
that.
I said as a team overall
So-
with
Oh,
Zach
okay.
Wilson.
All right.
I
thought-
told
yeah,
Steve this
It's okay.
earlier, and it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Oh shit.
Lamar Jackson
Oh, no.
is the OBJ type of guy at quarterback, because what has he done since his MVP season? The NFL is what
You
have
could
you
say
done
the
for me
same-
lately?
you
The
could say
last
the
2
same-
years.
You could have said the same thing with.
Take.
It is, but what have you done
No,
for me
no,
lately?
but I mean-
You
Your
could have said
goal-
the same thing with Joe Flacco after he won the
How
Super
was that-
Bowl and
I-
got paid.
You know what's crazy?
But Joe Flacco
Y'all-
hasn't. He never came back.
Except the
Hold
only
on,
the only
hold
difference
on.
is Lamar has made a stink
You
about it.
guys are gonna make
Joe
me
did.
defend Joe Flacco, and I'm
I'll
pissed off.
defend Joe Flacco at
But-
this
Joe
point.
Flacco's like
if
15th
you take
all-time
out-
passing yards.
if you-
We have to put respect on his name.
I'm not taking anything away, but if you take out Lamar Jackson's
You say
MVP
that every
season,
time you try to take someone away.
what?
You're like, I'm not taking anything away,
Yeah.
but they're trash.
I didn't say Joe Flacco's
Right.
trash. I never said that he was trash.
So, not to be an asshole here, but you're a fucking cock.
No,
Get-
but if you
get-
take away Lamar Jackson's MVP season, he hasn't done much.
Or even just average it out. Average it out to what he puts out normally.
Take out his best year, take
don't
out
know,
his
I'd have to
worst
ask your
year.
girlfriends.
He's average. Guess what? He misses
God.
5 games because he runs the way he plays. Look
How
at
do you say-
Kyler.
So, what, hold on.
Oh.
What do you mean by
know-
what do you mean by average? Because I don't think you apparently Joe Flacco to you is like average.
No,
and
Joe Flacco's not
is
average.
a
Joe
premium
Flacco is
talent
much
when he was
above,
in
is a
playoffs.
lot. He's above average
Per
for
Pro
sure.
Football Reference, he is 19th overall.
Who?
Quarterback.
Joe Flacco for
Why are we-
he
He was total yards. Yeah, he said about 15. I mean, that's pretty damn close considering there's been like 300.
Yeah, I'm not,
quarterbacks
like I said, I'm not taking
minimum.
anything away from Flacco at all. I liked Flacco. I wasn't doing a comparison. He brought the comparison to
No,
Flacco.
I'm just saying. You're
I don't
saying
know.
There you go, Jimmy.
Oh.
You're saying average. Okay. You're saying Lamar's average. Lamar's not average.
I mean, I don't.
If you look at his stats, he is, though.
No, he's not. Statistically, he's not average.
As a passer, yes, he is.
As a passer, he's
As a
below.
passer,
As
he
a
is
passer,
average.
He is average.
As a
And guess what
passer-
gets
as a
him
passer,
into-
Baker Mayfield.
But what gets him into trouble?
No,
The
he's not.
running.
Yes,
he
is.
relies on it too
Yes, he
much.
is. Dude's thrown over 3,000 yards at once.
Lamar runs too much. That's what gets him injured.
Baker's thrown over 3,000 yards twice.
More than that.
If what you're relying on gets you hurt, you're not worth the money, and he wants it fully guaranteed, which isn't gonna happen.
Do you full? All right. So okay. So here.
The
I'm
guarantee
tired
is
of
the
hearing
issue.
about the fully
The-
guaranteed. It's
which-
football.
which
Guess
it
what? You
should
don't
be.
like it? Go get a job as an insurance agent. No team has to sign you.
Or a basketball player.
I mean, yeah,
I'm tired of all these freaking players complaining. Oh, I want fully guaranteed. Then go. I'm not paying you for what you've done in the 5 games you missed. You're not worth it.
And I want frickin' sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their frickin' heads. But I'm not getting it. Neither is Lamar.
I
You know
don't.
what's funny?
I don't
It
get
is.
why they got to bring the racial every time this happens. It's
Yeah,
just I don't understand it. It's
Where-
nothing racial. It's
what's your
just
go-to?
smart.
Where
What's their
were they?
go-to?
Where were they last year when Deshaun Watson got traded for and then got paid a stupid contract? Well, they're saying, "Oh, finally a black man." I can't believe they put race into this. That actually upsets me.
That's
It
'cause
takes
it's
away. It takes away your entire argument. Your entire argument
Because
is not
you chose the easiest thing to throw in and make it a gray area.
Hold on,
For no
guys.
reason.
Reel it back.
Like it-
Reel
yeah,
it
like
back.
it-
Reel it back.
Unbelievable.
Lamar's not making this argument. Okay, this is just people
Is
trying
that
to
his
talk
mom
on.
then,
This
his agent?
This is people trying to talk on Lamar's behalf. Lamar's not publicly said they won't pay me because of this. I also think this hurts Lamar in the simple fact that I think Lamar is going to have a bad taste in his mouth with the Ravens. Okay, from
Good.
Lamar's perspective.
I mean,
From Lamar's perspective,
still kind of did it to
he's a
himself.
top 10 quarterback.
No.
No, he's not.
He said from
When healthy and he plays a full season,
He
yes.
said from Lamar's mind. So.
He had 186 passing yards.
But go
per
on,
game
KJ.
this
Sorry.
year.
Go
That's
on.
not good.
From Lamar's perspective, he's a top 10 quarterback. He
Okay.
deserves top 10 quarterback money.
Okay.
Now, Lamar's issue is he's conflating guarantees with contract value. You can guarantee yourself 160 to 180 million, but you can also incentivize playing. And if he was smart and thinks he can be on the field, he would incentivize playing and take the guarantees for 160 to
Yeah,
180
exactly.
million.
Which I think that's what the Ravens were doing.
They were doing that.
But he is betting on himself, and he lost.
I think Lamar needs to understand this perspective. The more you run, the more chances you take of getting hit. The more you get hit, the higher your risk.
Can
of
I
injury.
give you a goofy
He
stat?
hasn't been in the playoffs in 3 years. He has not played in the playoffs in 3 years.
Now this is just a stat, just statistics, right?
That's wrong.
So
He
2019.
didn't play the last 2 years in playoffs.
You played 2 years ago.
Okay, sorry. Well, technically the
what?
playoffs are over, so
They're
3
still
years.
doing their
But yeah,
thing.
2 years. That's
I'm
fine.
just hold on.
Sorry.
Since his MVP season in 2019, right? So which he had 176 rushing attempts because we have to. That's what
It's part of his game.
it's 100% part of
Yes,
his game.
it
That's
is.
what makes him dynamic. Me as a guy who doesn't necessarily care for him as a player, right? Because you can't trust. In my opinion, you can't trust him, right?
But as a
And that's-
defense, you have to scheme for that.
Absolutely, because he's proven to be the only X factor, true X factor, week in, week out on this team the last 3-4 years when he's healthy.
100%. I agree.
176 attempts, 2019, 2020, 159, 2021, 133, 2022, 112. He is running less, and I don't know if that was the offense with Greg Roman. I don't know if that was because he's hurt. I don't know if that was because year over year the offense has gotten worse.
You got to look at the games he missed those last 2 years, too,
But-
that he ran less
Also,
Which I don't have.
those
I
last
don't have.
2
games.
years,
each.
his
5 games
accu-
each, which is true.
Those last 2 years, his accuracy has also gotten better. So he has improved as a passer.
No. Okay, so
He's improved as a passer
no,
overall,
not really.
and they've pulled away from the run game. But they also, you got to keep in mind, they have Dobbins and Edwards, and they were both injury.
I mean,
Prone.
he's got.
I have no problem paying him $45 million, but I'm not giving you a fully guaranteed
It's
contract.
not guaranteed, and it's for like 3 years.
That's the thing. And the Ravens were trying to show that to him. They're like,
I
okay,
think he's worth $45 million guaranteed.
I don't.
not fully,
Why not?
not a 5-year, because he misses too much
Oh, no,
time.
not 5 years.
Yeah,
I think
he wants a 5-year
4 years. I think
contract. He
4
wants a
years,
5-year
45.
fully guaranteed
You're
contract.
going to be okay with him missing over an entire season? I mean, you have to average. He's missing 5 games a year, 2021, 2022.
But he didn't miss any of his MVP season.
Yeah, but that was 4 years ago.
He missed one.
3.
That was 3 years ago.
2019.
So
He missed the only season he didn't miss a game, or I'm sorry, he was available every game was his rookie year in 2018. 2019 he missed a game.
So what?
2020
2020
he missed a game.
Yeah, 2020 was when he played in the playoffs. So you missed.
So he might have just sat out for
You missed
the
2
week
years.
17 those years.
Yeah,
right?
you missed 2
that-
years
that
I
for
think he
playoffs.
did actually.
That might have been that. So like that's fair. I get that.
I
People
don't
sit
ever
their starters. I get that.
1 to 2 games in a 17
no,
game
no.
season. I never count. It's when you start missing more than 2.
That's why
that
I
it's a-
did the
that
last.
it's a
That's why I
factor.
did the last 2. I had 10 games.
When you look at the last,
I only
two
count the
seasons,
last 2.
It seemingly is a trend.
Well, yeah, and the older you get, the more injury prone you are.
And he misses the most important time of the year, the end of the season, when you make it to the
well,
playoffs.
I think he
So
chose to sit out
his-
this year,
his
which I
com-
think is also hurting his
His
value.
completion percentage has gone down since his MVP year, right? So 2020 and 2021.
Well, yeah, it was his MVP season.
it
He's
was-
never played to that level ever since.
I agree. I don't know
But
if
that's
he can because of the injuries he's taken.
and that's the value he views himself as
As
the
the
MVP,
2019
which
guy.
he hasn't been that for
well,
3
you
years.
know why he views that? Because Twitter hypes him as that.
Guess
Well,
what?
he
I
hasn't
don't
been
care
the
what
MVP
social social media. I care what you do on the field.
All right, so
What have you done for me lately?
Exactly. That's
So
what
I
I said.
would
That's
say
all the
all of
NFL
us-
is.
all of
You
us are in
still think
consensus
he's
that
worth 45?
okay, you have to understand market value.
Okay, yeah, but
Daniel Jones, in your mind, is he a top 10 quarterback in this league?
no.
He just got paid $40 million a year.
Yep.
That's not his fault.
Is Lamar Jackson a top 10 talent when healthy in this league at quarterback?
I mean, that's debatable.
Fringe. He's on the fringe.
That's debatable.
I don't know.
Name
Because-
10 quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson.
Okay, Baker Mayfield. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
There's one right there.
I'm kidding.
Patrick
there's
Mahomes,
one right there.
You cannot say
Patrick
Brock Purdy.
Mahomes,
Brock Purdy's injury.
Whatever. Patrick Mahomes, Josh
Josh
Allen.
Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow,
Hold on.
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts,
Jalen Hurts. Derek
Justin
Carr.
Herbert.
Derek Carr,
Derek Carr.
T-Law. I'm sorry, T-Law.
Trevor Lawrence.
Did you say Justin Herbert?
Yes, we
Yeah,
said
we said
Herbert.
Justin Herbert. I gotta look at
Hold on.
I gotta
We're
look at the-
gonna get through this. 'Cause
Tom Brady gone.
Tom Brady ain't. I wouldn't even.
Aaron Rodgers, you gonna put him there?
Aaron Rodgers up there. Aaron Rodgers is 100% a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
Hold on one second.
Even in his current state.
Yeah, undecided.
You gonna put Deshaun Watson there or no? You can't right
No,
now.
I know
I'm
you
not,
can't.
I'm
Which
not
sucks.
right now, no.
Now, if it was 2020 Deshaun Watson, I think Deshaun Watson would have been the first.
Kyler Murray?
No, I don't think Kyler Murray's better than him.
I would say Tua.
I would
Jared
say
Goff?
Dak Prescott is.
Healthy Tua.
and he-
I
hate
don't
Dak.
like Dak, but I think Dak is when healthy.
Jared, so you're putting at 10. Jared
How
Goff,
about so we're
Lamar
doing all
Jackson.
these
Jared
guys.
Goff,
So
Jared
we're doing
Goff. I'll take
so we're
Jared
doing
Goff.
all these guys when healthy, right? Every single one ranking
I
when
mean,
healthy.
then Matthew Stafford's up
Then
there.
Tua needs to be in there.
Yeah, Tua's in there and Kyler's in there too because
Yeah.
I think Kyler's a top 10 when healthy.
Kyler takes off to play college.
I'm sorry, but the
Well, my thing is you don't have Daniel Jones even in those rankings, and Daniel Jones is making 40
But again,
million.
why-
You're
why-
proving my market value argument.
but why is that Daniel
I
Jones'
get-
fault? He
No,
signed that contract that was offered
Market
to him.
value. All of those quarterbacks you just named are making almost 50 million a year almost.
But guess what? Daniel Jones didn't do what Lamar's doing.
All of
Did
them.
he?
Josh Allen, 80 million this year.
Oh man, that's too much. And they overpaid. They should not have done
100%.
that.
75
He has a
million.
lot left to be desired, like I
think it-
said.
Patrick Mahomes, 60 million. Deshaun Watson,
Jesus.
45 million, not even in the top 10.
My
in your
biggest
mind.
thing is the
Aaron
problem.
Rodgers, 50 to 60 million, right? All of these guys, I don't know what. Oh, Herbert's still on a rookie. Burrow's on a rookie.
Tua, T-Law, they're on
T-Law's
rookies.
on a rookie.
Yeah.
So, like,
Jalen Hurts on a rookie.
and so those guys are going to get that money. Market
But guess
value
what?
dictates that he will deserve 45
I'm just gonna.
million.
If you think you're getting 45 million, guess what? You ain't getting wide receivers
No,
unless
that's
we
the
can
point.
draft them late.
I will agree there.
That's the thing. If
I will agree there.
That's
If
the thing. So if
Aaron
you
Rodgers learned the hard way,
Yeah.
if I get paid, everybody gets laid off.
and that's what I hate because then
Yeah.
it's the my team's not bringing in the guys. No, the team can't afford it because of you.
I can't wait.
That's why.
Oh, look at
Do
him getting
you
mad.
want this year's salary or cap stuff or last year's?
I don't need them. It's just
For what?
I'm around.
Well, just to say the top 10.
I'm a roundabout accurate.
No. We weren't talking about finances. We were talking about actual.
All
quarterback
these
play.
players blame.
He was just saying the 10 that we named without Daniel Jones in
No,
there.
you don't have to correct them. We all know they're all not making 50.
No, I'm not. Wasn't gonna say that, but I was
Oh.
just gonna say.
You know what? Can you put it on the screen? Fun fact: Daniel Jones had 127 rushes and got 40 million a year. Yes, we know.
Deshaun Watson 55, Patrick Mahomes 50,
I have it on the
Dak
screen.
50, Josh Allen 40, but this isn't including their bonuses that they got.
That's true.
So like Ryan Tannehill 36 million, Kirk
He's not
Cousins
worth it, no.
36 million, Matt Ryan 35
Not
million.
worth it.
This has Tom Brady, so like this isn't updated yet.
But you got to remember when
That's
they
why I
signed
don't wanna
these
put it in there.
contracts. The problem. This is what I hate about Lamar. He bet on himself and lost,
Yeah.
and now he wants
don't-
the world. He
I mean-
wants everything plus more. You want a fully guaranteed contract, 45 million, 5 years. It's not going to happen.
You know
No
what's-
team's giving up. The Ravens aren't doing it, and no team's giving you 5 years, 45 million, and giving up 2 first-round picks for you.
You know what-
It's just not going to happen.
So hear me out here. I'm a bit of a hypocrite with this, right?
I want to
Because-
know who Preston is because he just said they didn't have an O-line.
Hello, Preston.
Daniel Jones does not deserve his contract. You
Oh,
are insane if you think Daniel Jones deserves that
Hey,
contract.
Preston, thank you for being here. However, you will get verbally berated. Hello, thank you for your take. in
No,
the
I
playoffs,
appreciate that
in the
take, right?
playoffs, I ranked my quarterbacks almost entirely based on their ability
To be in the
to
game.
fool a defense. Because I remember KJ looking at me going, "What are you doing with these quarterback rankings? You're on drugs." When I had Jalen Hurts as my one, over Mahomes, over Josh Allen.
Josh, you know how much I love Josh Allen.
I know, but
Josh Allen is not a top 5 quarterback anymore. He's gone. He's done. I'm not saying he's done
Crazy.
for sure, but
That's crazy.
He's
I know
regressed.
I know
He's
where you
regressed.
are. I know where you are. It's so crazy to think that.
I'll give him the scapegoat that he had his elbow injury for how many games?
No.
It doesn't matter. Even before that, he looked bad. And I love Josh Allen. I've been a Josh Allen lover since the draft. That's what I wanted the Browns to draft, and he doesn't look the same. And I think it's because of Brian Dable. Look at what Daniel Jones has done with Brian Dable.
I did
forget, Preston. I did forget that they did lose Stanley and Linderbaum did get injured for a few weeks. So, but they still have one of the best centers in the league with Tyler Linderbaum. And I think the O-line on a rushing team is oddly ranked because you do take a lot of the reason their ranking is so low is because of the hits behind line of scrimmage. And when you got a guy that's trying to extend the play without wide receivers,
that was part of his game.
That's part of what happens. So the sack rate was high because of what happens in the backfield. And since Miami learned how to play Lamar Jackson, every team has taken notes on how to play Lamar. Send a blitz.
It was Miami.
You send a blitz in his face.
And you run 5 DBs.
And you run 5 back, and he can't see over anybody because he gets scared when he's got rushers in his face.
Lamar does?
Yeah, when he has rushers in his face, he
freezes up.
Yeah, he does not throw.
Watch, he freezes up.
He gets to his first mark, and then he doesn't move forward.
He tries to get shifty, and he gets caught in the backfield.
Miami blitzed him
every
38
time.
times and destroyed him.
Do you think Ryan's sitting there just hearing this?
No. Ryan,
and he can't jump in chat, and he's just seething.
Ryan, here's the thing. Ryan knows Lamar's value, and he doesn't think Lamar is worth what Lamar thinks Lamar is worth.
No.
And that's, you know what? Great for Lamar because you have to have this attitude going into a game, right?
You think he gets
you
45
have to be
guaranteed for how many years?
He wants 5 years.
If he wants 5 years, he's not getting 5 years guaranteed.
No way.
Just because he's a running quarterback. Like Daniel Jones didn't get 5 years.
No.
Like he got 4. And he's younger.
These
younger.
running quarterbacks are going to get less years because their bodies wear down faster.
They have to.
And the
because you
injuries
take
are
more
higher.
hits.
They're a higher risk player.
Why do you
And
think-
Lamar's showing why.
I mean,
Tyler's showing why.
It's a lazy argument, right? But
Jimmy,
why did Tom Brady play until he was fucking 55 years old?
Jimmy, I
It's
think
because he's not a rushing
also,
quarterback.
why did Tom Brady win so many Super Bowls and make it to the playoffs? Because he wasn't taking top money every
he
single
cheated.
year.
So guys, Jimmy, do you think that's part of the issue is that it's not about the guarantees, that it's about the length? Because I think he's only worth 4 years because he's a running quarterback. And once you hit 30,
How old is he? 28?
26.
26. So
I
So
give him-
once
I
you
give him
hit
3.
30 as a running quarterback, your value extremely dips off.
Even at 3 at 45, right? Because he's such a prominent rusher, he's going to take hits regardless. Defenses are still going to scheme against him. His passing rating's only gone down. It's just so hard
I hate
to
how
say he's worth 45.
I hate how players bash their teams because I really want to see the Ravens contract that was offered to him, not once but twice.
So from what I know,
Because I wanna see what
Ryan
it is.
knows is he said he was offered 180 million guaranteed.
Oof.
Now that wasn't the full contract.
No.
But the 180 mil was in guarantees.
Jimmy, that's exactly what I was thinking.
But still, I mean,
Like
That's what I said.
That is max.
Well, I'd give him 4. I'd give him 4. And the reason I'd give him 4 is you can take that hit in 4 years because your goal is to win a Super Bowl in the next 3.
Or-
That's-
but
that's the goal.
you're not
That's
getting
the
a
goal.
trade clause. You're not getting any type of that crap on it.
you can't
you want that? That's fine. I'll give you the fully guaranteed 4
This
years.
is the
but you're not
problem with
getting
a
the full trade
20-year-old
clause.
negotiating
I
because
get
he
it.
doesn't know how to negotiate. It's
'cause
give me.
It's the problem is like I think you said it in the chat. They're saying what they don't like about him to him, not to his agent.
Not to his agent, so there's no filter. And actually, I'm not going to take that take. Shannon Sharp, I was watching
Okay, it
him.
was Shannon
I was
Sharp
watching
then.
him argue it, and he's like, "Here's the problem with Lamar Jackson's situation: is that when you have an agent, the agent takes all the brunts, all the
And they
insults
filter
and
it to
everything.
you.
They filter it to
Yeah.
you, and the agent gets you the best contract he can get you. Whereas when you take the insults, now it's actually Diggs. So, like, if he goes to the Ravens and he goes, I think I'm worth 45, here's why. And the Ravens go, well, here's why we don't think we can pay you 45 a year. It's not that you're bad. It's that, like, you've been injured every year. You have situations to where I don't know. Like, it's just so, I don't want to insult
the other
Lamar.
thing
He
could
doesn't have an
be-
agent, Jimmy.
The other thing
So,
could be is like
His
oh,
mother's his agent.
Well,
Well,
that's
his
even
mom
worse.
Hold on.
he has an all woman's agency.
The
too,
other
but he's
thing
his
that
own
he could
agent.
do
Well,
is
look what
Well-
job they got you in.
well, let me get 35, 38 a year, but in incentives, again, like health reasons or, in the incentives of playing X amount of games
And he-
or
I have
hitting
no
an
problem.
amount
Here's
of
the thing.
passing
Here's the
yards,
thing.
whatever.
I'll do that, but you're not. The problem is he doesn't see it that way. He
I-
wants it now.
Well, hold on.
I get
am
it, but
so
I'm just
sick of
saying
the-
that would be smart.
I'm so sick of the
100%.
argument that Lamar Jackson doesn't have anybody to throw to because if you want
Mark
50,
Andrews.
if you
Are you
want,
looking at
Devin
no, no, no,
Duvernay,
no, 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 no,
Rashard Bateman.
stop. If you want 50 million guaranteed, Patrick Mahomes got that. He only has Kelsey.
Aaron
We're not going
Rodgers.
to say Juju is a stud out there.
Nope.
He
Especially
made
when,
Juju good.
Especially when Juju didn't even have 1,000 yards. Everybody on that team had yardage.
I mean, like,
They popped. Each of those guys popped at a specific moment, and you don't want to know the reason why that is. The guy throwing them the ball.
But here's the thing. Outside of Debo and Kittle,
throwing.
Ayuk is.
But that's what goes back to my other argument. Guess what? You're not going to be able to get these big free
Come
agent wide
on, I
receivers
disagree.
if you
One good
sign
year.
these
I disagree with that
contracts.
take.
So
Ayuk has had one good year.
I mean, Ayuk had a better year last year than Debo, so
But I'm just saying, though,
Debo had one good year too.
and they don't even pay quarterbacks there.
No, they don't.
So
They
here's
just
the
draft
thing
them.
with Kansas City. Kelsey had 1,300 yards. Juju had 933. Jerick McKinnon had 512. Mark MVS had 687.
can't believe he did
and
that
then
well.
everyone else didn't even have 300.
He trickled
I
it down.
agree it's
Yep.
Andy Reid's offense, but
It's trickle down economics. It works.
my point is the argument is if Lamar thinks he's worth that, we can't pay wide receivers, right? So the argument is you take all the money, which is what you said, Wheels.
Yep.
Yes.
I can't give wide receivers money,
you
and
gotta-
Mark Andrews is already making $80 million. Mark Andrews' contract was 3 years ago, and it is a massive contract.
And guess what? The Ravens can't do. They can't draft wide receivers.
Yeah, look up Mark Andrews'
They
contract,
can't.
Johnny.
They just can't. Look over the last couple of guys they've taken. They can't. Rashard Bateman, Devin Duvernay. They
Marquise
traded
Brown.
Hollywood Brown for scraps.
Current contract
It
is
was a one.
Yeah, but what do they draft for that?
Andrews' contract currently is a 4-year for 56.
I don't know.
So he's making $56 million as a tight end. He's like the
56
third-
this year?
No,
No.
it's over the 4
Contract.
years.
Oh.
But
His
he's
first-
like the third highest paid tight end.
His first contract was 4 years for 3.5.
I mean,
Well, that was his rookie contract.
Right,
He
it
got
was his
drafted in
entry
the
level.
4th round.
uh-oh.
And then this one is
So-
contract terms is 4-year 56. Signing bonus is 10. Average is 14. Guaranteed at signing.
I think
is
they took
30.
that center.
And
Yeah,
37 and a
from
half.
Iowa.
37 and a half is his total guarantee.
That's who they got with that first round.
So okay, so here's the thing, right? So let's jump off this because I think that this is going to continue into probably Sunday a little bit when we talk about news.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to jump off this. We all personally feel Lamar is probably somewhere around 45 and under per year. So for all you out there, we're also going to
That's
talk
actually a pretty good
quarterback
draft.
rankings a little later
wide receiver.
once we get to the draft. and
Hamilton
stuff.
was arguably the best safety.
So the other thing is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5.
6. I think we have
6
9.
franchise?
I think we have 9 teams that still need a quarterback. Not still technically need. Miami, questionable, right? We don't know what's going on with Tua.
Miami.
Even they don't know what's going on with Tua. They haven't counted out.
I thought he
Drafting
was
a quarterback.
clear, but okay.
But they haven't counted out drafting a quarterback because they don't know if he can play on the field.
That's true.
And actually, whatchamacallit, I can't remember his
Thompson?
name, said it at the draft. Said it at the combine. The coach.
Oh, Mike Daniels?
Yeah.
Daniel?
Yeah, he actually
Daniel.
said it. He goes,
Daniel.
I can't tell you anything because until Tua's ready to play, I don't know.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and he said that at the combine. Jets quarterback, we think that they're going to pursue Aaron Rodgers or a veteran of some sort.
But that's still questionable.
And that's still questionable because they're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. The Patriots, we don't think they need a quarterback. We think that it's Mac Jones, but there's a lot of inner turmoil
Lot of
going on in
rumor.
that locker room that we're hearing that Mac Jones is a bitch.
need
And that's
one.
just me being subtle. The Ravens don't need a quarterback if they get Lamar. But as of right now, Tyler Huntley would be the starter if Lamar does not sign.
I thought Huntley was a free agent.
He is.
No, next year.
You sure?
He's got one more year under his contract.
Are you 100% positive?
Yes. And then the other team is the Raiders. You guys are saying they like Stidham, but Stidham's a free agent.
I'd say the Titans too.
Well, no, they're trying to sign him again.
Okay, so they're trying to sign Stidham, and then the other team would be the Colts. The Colts. I'm in the AFC.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Simmer down over there, bro. The other team would be the Colts. They do have Matt Ryan signed for, what'd you say, $35 million?
Tyler Huntley's a free agent.
I thought he was. You might be thinking of Anthony Brown or whatever.
They do have
he
Anthony
was,
Brown, but I
the
thought
rookie,
Tyler
right?
Huntley was signed this year.
No, sir.
Okay,
Anthony
so Tyler
Brown was
Huntley is a free agent,
unrestricted
so
free
that's really
agent,
questionable if they do not
undrafted.
sign. And by the way, they are 14 or 15 million also over the salary cap.
The Ravens?
Tyler
Yes.
Huntley
Yes.
is a restricted free agent.
Yeah. Because he was undrafted free agent.
You
Or was he undrafted free agent?
who?
No, I'm thinking Anthony Brown and Tyler Huntley. Sorry.
So I mean, but those are like that's the issue with the Ravens is that they are over the salary cap. It's going to be hard to pay a guy. I mean, they're going to have to pay him in pure bonuses at this point.
So the pretty much it is if they sign Lamar, how competitive do you guys think the Ravens will be for those years that he signed? I don't think they're going to be that competitive.
Not with all that money on.
No, on him and not on
Because they still
not on the
need
defense,
receivers.
not on the receivers, not on the O-line.
Because
You're going to have to hit on every single one of your drafts,
If you
year in
sign,
and
if
year
you
out.
sign Lamar, Ronnie Stanley gone.
I don't think the other.
They ain't going to be able to re-sign Mark Andrews, and I think he's, his 3-year contract, right?
He has a potential out in 2024.
Yeah, so next year.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. All these guys, Lamar's got to, if Lamar really cares about winning and not just about the money, which I don't think he does,
I think he's trying to get his now because he knows he's going to get hurt. Yeah.
is he thinks about, okay, what can I do? And guess what? I don't like those guys.
No.
I drafted you to play football, not you to get rich.
To be
and
a
guess
team
what?
player
You're
because-
getting rich because of playing football.
Right.
You're going to get your money.
You're going to get your money. It's going to come, but guess what? You need to prove it
Right.
year in and year out. And I'm not saying Lamar hasn't for sure proven it. He has to a point, but it's a risk for the team that signs him for how much he misses
but in the
and
lo-
at what time he misses every year.
Do we expect him to ever get back to MVP form?
No, I don't.
I
Not at all.
think that was a
Possible.
stealing. So the other issue I have with like the Ravens and their situation is that the guys that they're gonna have to get rid of are the guys that are supposed to be there to protect Lamar.
Yep.
It's their offensive line. They're gonna struggle there. So the Colts, like I said, Matt Ryan. The other team is the Texans, which we all think the Texans are probably gonna draft a quarterback, and even
Not all. Don't
even
say
D'Amico
all.
Ryans came out and said he wants a quarterback.
They all say that.
So moving on to the NFC, the Commanders have pretty much said that they're going forward with Howell, but I still think that they're going to look for a veteran, and I think Garoppolo, that might be a good place for him to go for inexpensive.
So me and Steve talked about this earlier today.
Uh-huh.
It's a stretch. It's going to take a lot to get there, but I think C.J. Stroud fits in that system great at Washington.
That's a lot of trading up there.
It
bro.
is, but I
And
would
they
give
don't
up.
have the picks.
I'd give up Chase.
Yep.
Johnny, you got their picks.
I'd give up
Washington?
Chase Young.
Yep.
I'd give up my next year's first, my next year's second,
And a receiver.
and a receiver.
Scared.
You can look at me like I'm crazy for giving
I-
up Chase,
I
but
think you're crazy because
Why?
you just destroyed your defense.
no, you didn't.
Chase
Your
Young?
defense is fine without Chase.
I agree.
I get
They
that,
showed
but
it last
he's a
year.
key role.
No, not really, because he missed most of last year, and they
Alright.
still did great.
They still had a top 10 defense.
All right. Cards. Kyler Murray. We don't know what's going on there. Beginning of the year, right? Because Kyler Murray with the, what was it?
I thought I was crazy for drafting a quarterback.
Well, but we don't know what's going on at the beginning of the year. Kyler Murray's paid.
Yeah, he is. That was a mistake. They
He's
never
gonna be
should have done
there.
that either.
So we got to figure out what's going on with quarterback there at the beginning of the year. And I think you said Colt McCoy is free agent.
Yes, he was.
I could see
So-
Taylor Heineke going there.
I can too.
Get an opportunity. I kind of like that idea for cheap.
I mean, Kyler misses games every year, so why not?
The
quarterback.
49ers is another team that's questionable at quarterback. We all think they have to start Trey Lance, but Brock Purdy's probably the better option.
Not all of us think that. Trey Lance should not start.
Trey Lance is.
Trey Lance
He's
should
a
have to win.
first-round pick.
Doesn't matter. He should have
You're
to win
paying
his
your
job.
You're
18
gonna
million.
start him
I
because you
mean,
gave
then-
up 3 firsts for the kid.
And you're paying him 18
unfortunately.
million.
Trade him for a 7th. Fuck it. Get him off your team.
Give him to the Ravens.
He has shown literally nothing.
he fits in that system.
He had so,
Every quarterback fits in that
I'm going to
system.
say this.
No,
I do not
injury-prone.
like Trey Lance, but he hasn't played much. He was injured.
If Baker Mayfield went to that team, Baker Mayfield fits in that system. I just said every quarterback. Trey
But
Lance
is Baker
and Brock
gonna make him
Purdy are
competitive?
Were
completely
you the girl
different-
that Baker was with at Cheesecake Factory?
both times. I was the girl both
All
times.
right, so Seattle, they signed Geno.
I can still see them taking one, though.
Well, so actually, Pete Carroll came out and said that they are not
Opposed.
they're not opposed to taking a quarterback at 5 still.
That is
You know why you
crazy.
do that is because you want somebody to trade. You want to trade down, which is
You
the
have
smartest thing to do.
It is. You have so many needs.
Or you
on
want
the
someone to
defense.
jump you.
Every need you have is defense. Every single need.
And maybe
Yeah,
you want
what's-
Chicago to drop behind you because you say you're going to pick a quarterback.
Do you-
and you want
You
Will
know
Anderson.
who could they could take is Jalen Carter.
You know what Jalen
If he
Carter
drops.
is
The
going to drop.
latest mock was them taking.
I could see
Jalen
him
Carter.
taking Jalen Carter.
Jalen
All right,
Carter. They might get Jalen Carter at 20.
Vikings got Kirk. Green Bay, that's questionable because we're still waiting on Aaron Rodgers' decision. So there's 2 teams currently that are waiting on Aaron Rodgers' decision.
you could
They're going to
argue
go with
receivers
Jordan
is the
Love,
top
but I
need.
could see him maybe drafting a guy a little bit later. See what happens.
The last 2 teams would be the Falcons. They drafted Desmond Ridder in, I think, the 4th round last year.
That's another tough team to judge
So
because
we don't know what's going on there, but I really love Lamar going there. If anybody's going to guarantee him money, Atlanta has the purse,
they have the money to burn,
And
so
the
why
Bears.
not?
and they've got the weapons too for it.
And they got
They have
Kyle
a lot
Pitts.
better weapons than the
And they're
Ravens.
set up as a run offense.
You got 2
So-
big,
But you
tall
got to
dudes
remember
with
one
massive
thing
catch
there,
radius.
Lamar. You ain't got a defense.
And then the last team that we talk about is the Carolina Panthers, because you were talking Sam Darnold sees ghosts, so they're probably going to need a quarterback there. But I think they're sticking with Sam Darnold. But I think they're drafting a
man.
quarterback.
They have to.
So how many teams need quarterbacks?
I think that's 12.
And I said there's 5 that I think gets taken in the first, and I was called crazy.
No, I thought KJ was
I
so crazy
said it.
because he's
I
at
said
5.
it.
Oh, so you both said 5 because I remember we
I
were
said
talking
5,
about
yeah, and I was called crazy.
this. From this class. That is crazy.
Hendon,
Yeah,
I think there's
don't
10
be
I think there's
surprised
10
if
teams.
Hendon
10
Hooker.
teams.
don't be surprised if Hendon goes in the first because of
could
the
see him-
5th-year option.
I
I'm
could see-
saying.
There are 10 teams that do not have a solid starting quarterback.
We didn't look at free agency for quarterbacks either. I didn't have.
No, so free
Well, it's
agency, you got Jimmy
we-
G.
Essentially, Jimmy Garoppolo,
He's not
your,
worth the
your
paper.
boy out of Washington,
My boy.
Taylor Heineke,
Last.
Oh, I do like Heineke.
Carson Wentz,
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. I think Mason Rudolph. Actually
Jonathan,
might
the
be.
meme with
Lamar
with
Jackson
Carson Wentz going to
essentially
the
is a
Jets
free-
should have made that today.
Oh, I made.
I laughed about that for hours.
There
I would
was
keep
another
opening the
one.
group chat and I would just die.
There was another one.
So we got into this just because of the franchise talk today. We wanted to talk about these quarterbacks and the situations that were going on. This episode was a little less talked about prior to the episode, and that's because we wanted to make sure that all the knowledge we were doing research on through the regular
man, those
season and
guys
everything, that we were going to cover all of these free agents with the quarterbacks and what was going on with the franchise tags. We didn't talk as much about running backs as I would have liked to.
You want to talk about running backs?
No. We're already an hour and some odd in the show.
I didn't realize you want to talk about running backs.
No, well, I want to talk franchise tag, but we can talk about that a little later when we get closer to the actual offseason,
Okay.
when the waivers open up. And then this Sunday, we will be 8 a.m.,
Yep.
and we are going to have Ryan here with us, and we're going to go over the rookie wide receivers coming out of the draft.
A lot of good talk there.
And it's going to be a lot of conversation about these wide receivers and where they might fit, what schemes they can play in, and who we think is the top wide receivers coming out of this draft. And I think that's going to be a bunch of fun.
That's gonna be good. That's
personally-
gonna be a really good show.
I think it might get a little bit all over the place,
It
to be
will
honest.
definitely get all over the place and be longer than our normal 2 hours.
No, well, I'll keep it guided pretty well. But that being said, Johnny, takeaways for today?
Yeah, just a couple of good things, happen, family wise. So blessed with that. Keep your family close, and enjoy every moment with them.
All right. Wheels, takeaways for today?
I'm angry. You got me all hyped up on Lamar talk. I don't know. Don't pay your quarterback top dollar fully guaranteed if you expect to be competitive, because you're not going to be able to get free agents. I guess that's my takeaway.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Steve, takeaways for today?
I thought it was a pretty good show. It was a good conversation. Thank you all for being here. If you were here, if you're still here for some reason, we appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. We are the unprofessional professionals. Or professional unprofessional. However you want to go about
The
that.
undisputed
professionally
professional.
We're
unprofessional.
also not that. We are definitely something way different. So thank you all for being here again. God bless you. God bless your families. And we'll see you guys Sunday.
Yeah, we could probably go with we are the everyman's football fan.
Exactly.
To be honest with you.
Can't wait to start using that couch over there.
Or as Ryan says, we're the average fan. Football.
I don't know if we're the average fan. No average fan pays this close attention to the offseason.
I don't know.
I know.
many
I'm saying we're the
fans that-
average fans podcast type of thing.
I don't know many fans that have to drink Red Bull at 9 o'clock at night to watch film. They'll go to sleep at midnight.
All right, quit your whining. My takeaway for today is to just enjoy the rest of the week and let's get ready for this offseason because it's going to be fire. All right, guys, enjoy yourself and have a wonderful week. We will see you Sunday morning.
Later.